I'm curious what your take is on the NAR settlement and the commission stuff, because that's been a big discussion over the last, 8 months or whatever. And I haven't had no issues with discussing it with clients or anything like that. 95% of the time they see the value and they're like, I've always paid X percent or whatever. And I get it. And so does it mean I've heard somewhere or I read an article where I don't have to pay a commission anymore? What is that about?
Right.
And so I don't know if you've had any experience with clients.
I proactively bring it up because it's out there, right? So it's best to just do that, in my opinion. So I always tell people, like, the lawsuit was about decoupling.
Right.
So instead of a seller pre-agreeing to pay both commissions in advance and advertising that as part of their marketing, now it's been decoupled. So now we're going to negotiate and talk about my commission only, so that half of it, and then understand that the buyer's agent is also going to need to be paid. And sometimes we'll see that come through in an offer, and sometimes we won't, or reduced or whatever. So they're going to negotiate with the contract that commission. We should expect that to be half of or double what I'm charging you. Yeah. So that's the number that typically comes through. And so I always say it's based on the net number to you. So no matter how it comes in, if the buyer's agent's not charging commission, their offer is probably going to be less, right? So it washes out in the numbers. So when I present things to you, I'm going to present them as apples to apples. So if this one doesn't take a commission, it's the equivalent of this to the next one, right? So we can make a decision based on net number to you, as opposed to sales price and no commission or reduced commission, right? So as long as you don't have an ego about commission, we're going to look at the net number. And I don't say ego to them, right? But between us, that's sometimes what it is.
Sometimes that is what
because they've been told they don't have to pay commission. Like, you don't have to. It's decoupled. But it's going to come through as part of one of the terms of the contract that we're receiving for buyers. Can I share? I do think it helps to provide understanding of value of agents and to be more selective about your agent.
Yes.
On the buyer side, right? They've always, in my opinion, been selective about listing agent. They'll often be one of 3 that they're interviewing. Right. If I don't know them directly. But buyers will sometimes show up at an open house and say, or call a listing on Zillow or Redfin and say, I'll meet you at this house. And they don't know that that's who they're hiring really to represent them at the moment.
No idea.
With no interview, right? And no process. So I think decoupling has helped our clients realize that it is important to understand, how do you negotiate? How do you represent me? What are the pros of working with you as opposed to not working with anyone or someone else, right? So that's